everyone, it's Miss Parker here, and today for our gymnastics week we're going to start off with a warm-up like we do in our everyday PE lessons. And our warm-up today is going to be about animals in the zoo or the jungle. So the first animal on our list is going to be a frog. So for a frog you need to start in a crouched position, and then you are going to extend to a straight and land back in a crouch, extend and back into a crouch. That's animal number one. Number two is going to be a rabbit. So you need to stay in a nice tuck position, and you're going to keep your legs back like a rabbit, and you are going to bounce around your area. Animal number three is going to be a crab. So you need to get into your crab position with nice straight arms, and you are going to walk around like a crab. Camel is going to be our fourth animal. So you need to have your legs nice and straight. Go onto all fours, and you are going to walk around your area like a camel. On to our next animal, which is a kangaroo. You need to make sure you are bouncing as high as you can. So we are going to bounce it up, extending our legs as high as you can. And the last one, we've got a giraffe. So we need to stretch as tall as we can, up onto your tiptoes, try and reach the ceiling as high as you can, walking around like a giraffe. If you can, get an adult to call the animals out so you've got a different order. If not, you can just work your way through them from one to the finish. Good luck! Now on to day 2 of our week of gymnastics, and today the focus is going to be balances. So before we get into our balances, we're going to recap our key shapes from yesterday just to make sure that we can remember them all. So you're going to need an adult or a sibling to help you with this one, and they're going to call out the different key shapes, and you need to hold each one for 4 seconds. If you're in pairs, you can always take it in turns, or you can have a competition of who can perform that key shape the fastest. So if someone shouts out star, you would get into a star as fast as you can and hold it for 4 seconds. We're now going to be moving on to the individual balances. So the first balance that I want you to practice is the arabesque. So you need your arms nice and tall, nice and straight with your back straight, and you're going to lift one leg up behind you, pointing your toes, keeping your chest nice and high, and you're going to hold that for 8 to 10 seconds. The next one you are going to be doing is a knee balance. So you need to go down on one knee. Again, you're going to have your arms out to help you balance, and you're going to keep your back nice and straight, and you're going to try and lift your leg off the floor, pointing your toes. Again, keeping it nice and still as much as you can. The next balance we're going to do is a crab balance. So you need to go in all fours, fingers facing your feet, and you are going to lift your body up so you've got a flat tummy to the ceiling. You can look up to help you balance, keeping your arms nice and straight and both feet flat on the floor. This is how it looks sideways. So now you've finished practicing your balances, we're going to have a little bit of a game to be able to make sure that you can remember them and all the correct technique points. So if you can get an adult or a sibling to call them out for you, that would be fantastic. If not, you can just work through them at your own pace. Also, you can get them to make it harder for you by calling out a body part or a piece of contact that needs to touch the floor. So if they said your feet, you might have to do an arabesque because you are only allowed to put your feet on the floor. So the next activity we're going to be doing today is partner balances. So like the name, you need a partner. There's going to be 3 different balances that we're going to be doing. The first one is a knee support. So the first person needs to be sat down on the floor with their hands by their body, feet together, back nice and tall, straight from the side. And then the other person is going to put their feet on the knees in a front support position. So if I'm stood like this, my partner then will have their feet on my knees and their hands will be at the front in this position with their feet balancing on top of the person's knees, keeping the back nice and straight into the legs. The second partner balance is going to be a straddle support. So one person needs to be sat in straddle into the key shape, keeping them toes nice and pointed, arms over the legs. The partner then is going to put the feet on the shoulders and do a front support going out with the other way. So if one person is like this, the other person will have their hands down in front support and their feet on top of the other person, keeping the back nice and straight all the way to the ankles. And the third partner balance is the T-bridge. So one person needs to be down on all fours with their back nice and straight, and the partner is going to put their feet in the middle of their back and going out into a front support position. So if one person is like this, the other person will have their hands again in front support and put their feet on top of the person's back. So it's like a capital T. So now we are back onto our routine work. So the routine that we made up yesterday with the 4 key shapes, we are now going to include some balances to make it a little bit longer and progress it a little bit more. So the first key shape I'm going to do is a straight, keeping it nice and tall. I am then going to take a step into an arabesque, keeping that back nice and straight and point them toes. And then going to take a step back down into tuck, keeping my back nice and straight and on my tippy toes, one hand on each knee. And then going to go back into a dish, keeping them pointed toes, nice straight legs. And then going to go up into a crab balance. And finish with a stab. We're going to finish our day with a cool down like we do in every PE lesson, and to start with you need to be marching on the spot, just taking it nice and steady. If you can get an adult for the next section, that will be fantastic. If not, it doesn't matter. We're going to do 3 different stretches. So the first one is going to be high, so you're going to stretch as high as you can. Try and touch that ceiling, keeping your back nice and straight, and again for 5 seconds. Okay, the next one is a low one, so keep your legs nice and straight. You're going to try and reach your toes. So you need to bend down and touch your toes as far down as you can. Again, for 5 seconds. And the last one is a side stretch. So hands over the top, and you're going to stretch your obliques down the side, keeping your legs nice and straight. And then you are going to do the opposite side. Again, 5 seconds, get an adult to call them out in a different order, and you are completed.